following is a presentation of TFNN. Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the December 20th, thoughtful Thursday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and thanks so much for joining me, folks. I absolutely love being here with you, and I treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. So let's go take a look at one of our tools. This is the tool that I call Everything and Everyone Around You is Your Teacher. Think about that. Everything and everyone around you is your teacher. Let me ask you this question, because questions control your focus. Would you like to find the greatest teacher in the world? You know, the one who could teach you what you most needed to learn. How does that sound? How would you like to be able to find them right here, right now? You can find that teacher, folks, and it's a lot easier than you think. Just look around you. Your teachers are everywhere. Our lives, folks, our lives are actually set up to teach us what it is that we need to learn. And this is key. You possess an inner wisdom that is capable of showing you who your teachers are and what they have to teach you. Think about that just for a moment. The people that you spend most of your time with, folks, they can teach you much about yourself. That's why our peer groups are so important. When you're trying to lift yourself to another level, make sure you look for a peer group that'll help you to accomplish that. You know, what we see in others often, folks, as you know, is a reflection of ourselves. What we most admire about another may be the quality that we actually possess that we've just simply failed to recognize in ourselves. Of course, the exact opposite of that is true as well. What we dislike about somebody may be a reflection of what we don't really admire about ourselves. Folks, you are an incredible teacher. How about Socrates? He's considered to be an incredible teacher out there. And why don't we ponder one of his writings? He once wrote, "The Delphic Oracle said, I was the wisest of all of the Greeks. It is because of this that I alone, of all the Greeks, know that I know nothing." That from one of the greatest teachers out there. Something to think about. I suggest, folks, that these are the words of a teachable man. The truth is, you are teaching yourself. We each teach ourselves, folks. And as you use your life and the world around you as your textbook, your classroom, you become your own greatest teacher. The Dalai Lama, he once wrote this: "We live very close together." Boy, nothing could be more true than that. So our prime purpose is in this life, is to help others. And if you can't help them, then at least don't hurt them. Everything and everyone around you is your teacher. We do live close together. You know, now you've got the New York Stock Exchange being acquired today by the Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, and for a deal of about, $8.2 billion out there. Right now doesn't really change much for you and I. It just shows you how quickly business changes because of the digital age that we're in, which is a beautiful thing. It allows us to take advantage of patterns that exist in the market no matter what, no matter when. It's been like this for mankind, womankind, all types of kind. We're going to take a look at some of those patterns here this morning. The A to B equals CD pattern, the lightning bolt for sure. Futures right now relatively flat. We're watching the ES Mini. That's what I've got on my screen here. Trading out at 1433.50. Really, it's flat compared to the close out there. But there's patterns out there, so we're going to take a look at those patterns as well. With fair value, you're going to have the S&P probably pop about 4 points this morning. The Dow will probably pop about, maybe about 40 or so. The NASDAQ futures looks like maybe about 20 points. Russell 2000 relatively flat out there at the moment. Our call number is always 877-927-6648. You talk about living close together and how things change. Just take a look at TFNN. You know, used to be that our primary broadcasting network was radio. Now our primary broadcasting network, folks, it's these devices right here. It's your iPads, certainly your computers, it's your iPhones, it's your Google, your Android devices out there. So easy to listen to us. Just simply go to tfnn.mo BI. So easy to do, so easy to walk around with, put an earbud in. And, of course, you can always watch us on Tiger TV using these same devices. Go a little bit further over to the right-hand side. You'll see a little area where you'll see some iPads or some phones out there. Click on that, and you'll get the live streaming version of this. Of course, if you're listening on the radio, thanks so much for doing that. You can always catch the archive of this show on Channel 9. So when we got together yesterday morning, we were taking a look at that 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD up that had completed. As we came into the 9 o'clock session out here, let's see, it was really as the high, in essence, was being made. It was 9:30 when you started to see a little bit of a reversal in the marketplace. So it made a 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD up. What kind of A to B equals CD down do you think it made? Something to think about. Now, take a look. You can also see, using the relative strength indicator, we are looking at a 30-minute chart out there. Did it get into that overbought area as it was completing the pattern? Was it giving you signals? The teachers, folks, they are always right in front of us. The markets are our teachers. If you had thought that you wanted to get in a move, trying to make a momentum move, would you have entered yesterday as we came into the morning session as price was actually, the market popped up early in the morning? That was the first pop, wasn't it? Is that when you would have entered? Would you have thought, I might be missing that train? Well, the trains, it shows you when the trains are coming into the station. You just wait for the next train. You wait for the market to move down, right? You want to be able to buy some form of weakness or at least some form of retracement out there. Likewise, when you're selling, you want to be able to sell into strength. You know, what most people do is just the opposite. The market starts crashing down, and that's when they decide to sell. There are tools that you can learn to use. You don't have to really be much of a technician. Following the bottom portion of my chart, even if you couldn't draw A to B equals CD patterns, even if you didn't understand candlesticks out there, of course, you'd have to say to yourself, why? Why wouldn't I want to be able to learn those things? But just even if you didn't do that, there's enough patterns out here just simply utilizing this relative strength indicator to help you to identify when you should be looking to get in or maybe when you should be looking to get out, depending on what type of trader. It works on a monthly chart. It works on a daily chart. It works on a 30-minute chart. It works on all time frames all the time, always giving you signals out there. I show this to you day in, day out. So I asked you that question, and I'll blow this up on the screen. Do you see any A to B equals CD patterns coming off of the highs at 9:30 yesterday? You see the 8-point. The 8-point already gave away to you, right? That 8-point, very clear, because sometimes I get emails often from folks saying I don't really understand how to draw A to B equals CD patterns. So certainly I show you this here, but, I've got a workshop out there. It's a 7-hour workshop. It really teaches you absolutely everything that you do need to know. So many folks took advantage of our Tiger Dollar promotion out there. The question is, did you take advantage of it? Folks, I was checking out the front page of TFNN this morning as I was logging in. I see that special is still out there, that special where you get an extra 25% on your money. You might want to take it. No, you don't want, it's not you might want to take advantage of it. You do want to take advantage of it. So go out there before they take that down off of the site. So we got our 8-point out here coming in at the, 9:30 session. The top of that, 1446. I'm going to try to make it through this. I think I just swallowed a piece of air. How about that? That's your 8-point. Your B-point was the low that was established here at 10:30. That price is 12. I'm looking at the volume. The price there was 1437. Your C was the retracement that I made. Excuse me here. Your retracement at 1 p.m. That's your C point. 1 to 1.618. That's the A to B equals CD. I'm going to grab a little sip of water here. Otherwise, I'm going to die. Wrong clock up on my screen. How about that? Just excuse me for a minute here, folks. Clock that helps me to understand when my segment's coming to an end, and I was a little bit early there, 4 minutes too early. So let's go back and take a look at that. Now that and thanks for that. Now that I can actually speak to you, let's go draw that A to B equals CD in there, because otherwise that might have gotten you a little seasick there watching what my screen chart was doing here. So you can see the ES mini on a 30-minute made a 1 to 1.618 on the way up, made a 1 to 1.618. A to B equals CD on the way down. As it was doing that, where was that relative strength indicator? It was getting where? Into oversold territory. only makes sense when you get an oversold. What is it that you're going to do? Just like the holidays, we are now December 20th out here. People are going to be eating all kinds of food. This is going to be a party weekend out there. Some folks might just overeat, overindulge themselves. And when you do that, you've got to digest. And the market, the way that it digests, just like you and I, it's either going to work its way off by sitting down on the sofa and traveling sideways, or it's going to say, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out here and make a new pattern to the upside. Looks to me like that's what we've got here going on in the futures marketplace. So let's go take a look at the next patterns out here. Now, if you take a look at what the futures did as they were moving up, as the jobless claims numbers were being released, as the GDP numbers were being released, at first that information, what it did was it really set up the C point of an A to B equals CD up now. So we're going to use the low. We'll just come down here to the low at about midnight or so, out at the 1427.65. Your B point now is 8 o'clock at 1434.75. After the jobs claims numbers, after GDP being released, made a retracement. If, in fact, the ES Mini can clear this B point, that's the 8 o'clock high, that's 1434.75, it will start making an A to B equals CD up. Will it be 1-to-1? 1 to 1.272, 1 to 0.618. Well, the easy way to identify where it likely would go is just simply do a retracement off of the high down to the low. Because what you're always looking for is what? You're looking for sweet 618, baby. And sweet 618 coming in at the 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD up. That would be in the 1439 area. Looks to me like that's where the ES Mini wants to travel to. Of course, if you get up there, you got a bearish candle pattern. All it's really setting up is a 0.618 Gartley sell pattern. Oh, it's so great to be here with you. 877-927-6648. The pre-market here, we've got obviously the NYSE and ICE. They're popping to the upside. You've got Lumina, Apple actually up about $3 or $4 right now. To the downside, gold. We'll go take a look at gold when we get back.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Happy holidays from TFNN. Our most rewarding Tiger Dollar sale is back this December at TFNN. Normally we offer only a 10 to 20% bonus on Tiger Dollar purchases, but through December 19th only, when you purchase Tiger Dollars to spend on any of our products, you get a 25% bonus on your purchase, and up to 10% of whatever you spend will be donated to the Salvation Army in your name. You'll receive a personalized thank you letter directly from our local Clearwater Salvation Army administrator in appreciation of your donation. Tiger Dollars can be used on any of our newsletters or subscriptions, never expire, and are fully transferable. Take advantage of our most rewarding Tiger Dollar sale of the year right now. Visit TFNN.com for all the details and to make your purchase today. Happy holidays from TFNN.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Backtech Environmental. For more information, just click the Backtech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tour around the world. Let's go over the pond. Over in Germany, got the DAX down 5 points right now, trading out at 76.62. The FTSE up 1 point, so flat over there. Really a flat market across the globe, with the exception of the Nikkei. So we'll take a look at the Nikkei. That was down 1%. Something like, have you ever heard sell the news? Well, there was some news out there last night on the Nikkei. It sold off, but we'll go see if it's done any damage out there. We're taking a look at where the real damage is being done here right now. It's in gold and silver. Right now, you got gold down $20. That's off a little over 1%, trading out at 1648. What gold has done is it's crossed the B point of an A to B equals CD down. Let's draw we're looking at the continuous contract here. Let's go ahead and draw that volume. It has done it on lighter volume. That, folks, could be setting up a nice little buy out here. Could be a Gartley buy pattern. In fact, not just a Gartley buy pattern, a Tiger Gartley buy pattern. That would be a good reason for you to get Tom's book here for yourself and for others during this holiday season, The Art of Timing the Trade. So we can see here gold, is also, if you take a look at that relative strength indicator, getting we're into that oversold condition. Take a look at as we go back here. Now it can go a little bit further, and I expect gold will go a little bit further. What you really want to see with gold, when gold puts in some fairly significant bottoms, it's because it's got one big thrust on the way down, and everybody is trying to get out. That's when you should be looking to buy it, folks. In this case here, gold may be setting up a buy here in the not too distant future. Just take a look at other previous patterns out here. Now, you got to wait for a bull or the bulls to actually show up. You don't have to get in front of a freight train. All you have to do is wait for the signs to be posted out there. Now is not the time here to step in. Haven't even completed a pattern. Haven't even completed the one-to-one pattern, which would take you to 1629. That's the first level that it's got to complete. But one nice big down thrust. That would be a signature that I would be looking for out there. That would probably get gold down into at least the 1595 level out there. In fact, if we take a look at retracements now, let's take a look at retracements off of the low out here. The low we're going to use is the May 17th low, 1538, and go all the way up to the high that was in here. That was put in back in October 5th. You can see right now that you do have gold actually approaching the 0.618 retracement level. That's going to be at 1637. But a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD down on gold, takes you right to the 0.786 retracement. It looks to me like that's where she wants to travel to. And, of course, we'll wait. The bulls will show us. They'll show us because they will create signs out there. You want to talk about signs? Let's go take a look at the king. Let's take a look at King Dollar here. King Dollar putting in a hammer candle yesterday. Just take a look at that beauty. That is a beauty of a hammer candle. Right now you're trading down below the midpoint of that wick. The hammer candle, the low of that hammer candle, 79.01. The high is 79.40. You're inside the middle of the wick. Looks like maybe the low of that will be tested. So we'll have to go take a look at the currency market, see what's really going in there, because you've got that's all the U.S. dollar index is a reflection of the other currency pairs. You've got the euro U.S. dollar, that's 57.6%. You've got the yen, that's 13.6%. And the pound, that is 11.9%. We don't want to leave out our friends up north, our Canadian brothers and sisters. They represent 9% of the U.S. dollar index. And then you've got the Swedish krona and Swiss franc that complete the six currency pairs. Did I say 6, 2, 4? Yeah, the six currency pairs that go ahead and make up the U.S. dollar index. So a potential buy on this would actually be a test of the low of yesterday. That would be 79.01. Of course, you know what happens if you get a close below a hammer candle. If you're long, you're wrong. Of course, on the U.S. dollar index, where you'd really be putting your stop if you were going to be trying to trade some other currency pair, what have you, against it, you'd really be looking because you've got some resistance possibly at the swing point from September 14th. That low would be 78.72 out there. That is on the U.S. dollar index. Let's switch over to the currencies here. Quickly take a look at the euro. The euro also giving you a potential reversal sign yesterday. No follow-through yet here this morning. That signal was the completion of a test of the swing point from May 1st out there. The high in the euro yesterday getting up to the 1.33070. You'll see that an A to B equals CD is just a little bit further up. Looks like at about the 1.335 level out there. So it didn't quite make it. It's close enough. Didn't quite make it, though. This morning, you can see the euro's got some strength in it. So it, just like the U.S. dollar index, was going and testing, or maybe testing, the bottom of the hammer candle out here. You've got this is a shooting star. This is a dragonfly doji. It's all of the above. You need to see a lower close in order for any kind of confirmation. When we come back, we'll go take a look at how these markets are going to pop, whether they're going to drop. We'll also come back and we'll take a look at the Japanese yen, the Nikkei, anything else you'd like. Just give us a call at 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. You got the Dow down 6 points right now. S&P up 70 cents, Composite up 3. Russell 2000 down 3 pennies. Microsoft off a penny. Google up, what's Google up? $2.63. Intel up 3 pennies. Cisco down 3. Apple up 69 cents right now. Let's see, moving and grooving to the upside. You've got the NYSE Euronext. Of course, we know that's the premium out there, so that's up 34%. You've got Eloqua. E-L-O-Q-U-A, you pronounce it. They also have a buyout. I believe that is that Cisco that is buying them. So they've got a nice premium. Oracle that's buying them. They've got a nice premium in the stock out there. Other things that are moving to the upside, Illumina Inc. up $3 and change. CarMax, KMX. We'll go take a look at that stock. That's up 6% here this morning. EQT Corp up a couple of bucks. You've got to the downside. Abercrombie and Fitch, is that up there? Nope, but I will look at that because I had a request to look at that yesterday, and I just did not get around to it. So we'll take a look at Abercrombie and Fitch. You got Accenture down $3 and change. That's off 5%. Bed Bath & Beyond, BBY is the ticker symbol. They're off 5% here this morning. You got Melinex Technology. That stock just struggling. You got to get out of the way of that thing. That's a nasty-looking stock chart out there. It's off another 5% here this morning. Our call-in number, 877-927-6648. You ever seen any of those shooting stars in the evening? Aren't they beautiful things? They're not just beautiful in nature. They're beautiful on stock charts. You want to be able to learn You want to be able to learn what candle patterns are out there. I just happened to pop up Federal Express. They were out, I believe, they were out with earnings yesterday. Take a look. You want to see a resistance area? You want to see a shooting star, which is a reversal candle, and Federal Express getting some follow through. This is, I think, their biggest day for both UPS and FedEx, or very close to their biggest days out there. Let's take a look at the resistance area. A little gap that you've got up here in Federal Express. It goes all the way back to March 21st. The low of that is 94.42. The high of the next candle is 94.15. So 94.15 versus 94.42. You got a little bit of a window out there. That window is still open. That window has not been repaired. That is a area of resistance, strong resistance out here. In fact, if we take a look at it, that area of resistance, it was tested. Now, the downdraft volume that this is really going against is 6.7 million shares. First time it gets tested, 2.3 million shares on October 18th. Can't bust them up. What are you going to do? Going to go bust it down. Where's it come down to? Comes down to the last sign of strength out here. In this case, which was the October 11th area, came back to the breakout session. That breakout session was on October 9th, the low of that breakout session, which is a nice buy, low of any breakout session, the high of any breakdown session, always good areas, especially if you're coming back in there with lighter volume. Well, let's take a look at Federal Express. Has 2 million shares on October the 9th, the day when it broke out, comes back with 2.1, so has volume of even just, about the same volume as the breakout. Well, of course, the benchmark is really the 8.9 million shares when you saw that sign of strength. So now what does it? Can't bust it down. What's it going to do? It's going to go try to bust it up. Yesterday was that opportunity day. We go up with 5.3 million shares. 5.3 million shares going into what? Going into 6.7 million shares, and then getting a nice reversal candle, getting that shooting star. That is a beautiful looking candle out there. If you can't bust them up, what are you going to do? They're going to go bust them down. That'll send a FedEx, should go back down into that October 9th candle one more time out there. That'll be in the price area, maybe about $86, maybe to the low of the swing point of November 16th out there. That low is $85.15. The high is $86.74. Let's also go take a look at McDonald's here quickly. We had a caller who was in some puts on McDonald's. We were talking about McDonald's yesterday, how on the trading session of Tuesday, it broke above the resistance area. That said that it could go higher. That window is still open, and said the best thing that you could get on McDonald's would be a close below the high of Tuesday, or the open of Tuesday. That was $89.99. You got that for sure. In fact, what you had was you had a key reversal day yesterday. You had a bearish engulfing candle, brought you back into the lower part of the range. Looks like McDonald's is now, and you were also, not you, but, when I say you, I'm really referring to the stock chart out here. That's the you I'm talking about. And so the stock chart here also getting to where? On the relative strength indicator, getting up into that overbought area. Beautiful thing. Nice little reversal there. That says that McDonald's wants to travel back down into the swing point lows. Of course, that is November 16th out there. So we're seeing just slight reversal signs in the market yesterday. We got some dark cloud cover candles in the Dow, in the S&P 500 on a scale of 1 to 5. Because there's basically 5 real reversal candles that you need to be aware of. On a scale of 1 to 5, a dark cloud cover, boom, right there in the middle. It's a 3. That means it needs some continuation, and maybe that's what we're going to go ahead and get today. McDonald's, though, has failed at a resistance area and is giving you all the very nice signals out there. Have a request to go take a look at UNG. We'll do that after that first request, though, which was to take a look at Abercrombie and Finch. The ticker symbol out there, I believe, is ANF. I sure hope that's what the ticker symbol is, because that's what we're going to go look at here. Abercrombie and Fitch trading out at 47.70 out there. So let's pull this back. Coming into an area where it had broke down as well. Let me just refresh my screen, and let's go take a look at it. Let's also go ahead and put the relative strength indicator up there. Oh, we can see this baby is in where it is in extreme oversold area here. Of course, what it did do was it got up above the window is closed, so the area of resistance here is closed out here. It's now trading into the area where you last saw a little bit of its last swing point, really, which is the May 10th, 2012 level. That high is 48.89. Let's see if you got to close above that on this session here. On December 18th, they got up to 49.10 and closed at 48.99. So Abercrombie and Finch, this is not looking like any, if you're looking at it, I don't know if somebody was looking for a short or a long. Doesn't really matter, because I'll give you the bull and the bear side. With Abercrombie and Finch, because it is inside this overbought area, it's got to work its way off. And hasn't given you any kind of bearish signal. In fact, quite frankly, if over the course of today it doesn't move too much, stays within inside this candle here on December 18th, maybe another small-bodied candle, and then you get a close above 49.10, it's actually a continuation pattern out there. So Abercrombie and Finch, if you're looking for a short, you're going to need to see it get, back, at least I would say back below the gap down day of May 15th out there. But right now, it's got this nice sign of strength out here from November the 14th. Looks to me like what this really wants to do is create a continuation pattern to the upside, even though, and because, it's just kind of moving slowly here, because it is in that overbought condition area, and then go up and test the swing point highs and perhaps fail up there. That is the May 2nd level. That price point is at 54.05. That's what the stock chart is telling us right now. Let's go take a look at the natural gas contract. Then we can go take a look at UNG. You got natural gas is having a nice move here this morning. It's up 2 2/10%, trading out at $3.39. Got a, the only thing, this is a beautiful looking stock chart too, by the way. And when I talk about, it's really because it's got the channels that are in there. It's got A to B equals CD patterns, has everything that you need here. This is a channel pattern going back to the April 20th area. The only thing that Nat Gas has not done just yet is come back and really test the bottom of that channel. However, it has completed the A to B equals CD down. It doesn't always have to get right down to the bottom. And in fact, what you want to do is you just want to make sure you use wide enough stops when you go ahead and you enter any trade out there. So we can see here on Nat Gas, it has completed the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, gave you a bullish engulfing candle. It did it on the session of December 17th. You had a nice little follow through on the 18th, a little bit of pushback yesterday. However, today having some nice movement here. If we go take a look, and that's the only way you can really trade the UNG is by going and taking a look at the natural gas contract. But let's go take a look at the UNG and see what that setup here looks like. If we take a look at this, the ETF for the nat gas contract, it's trading out at 19.28. As far as a target on this, quite frankly, very difficult to identify the target. You've got to be paying attention to the natural gas contract itself. However, if you're going to look at a target on this, in fact, this also has the price channels in here, nice price channels. But the reality is you can get rid of those. Why? Because it's the underlying instrument that you've got to be paying attention to, where if this is a turn in natural gas, could the UNG pull up to? Well, the first thing is you take a look at swing points. So your first swing point area that it would travel to would be December 5th. That would be the $21.38 level. If you can get above that, it'll come all the way back into the November 23rd area at 23.06. I suspect that is where the UNG wants to travel to. You can also see here the UNG getting down into the oversold condition as well. So that is on natural gas out there. Let's go take a look at silver here. As long as we're in the commodities complex, silver getting the kibosh here. Silver now making a 1-to-2 A to B equals CD. The one thing that I was able to point out to you yesterday was this, and this was, silver now having that crossover. The crossover I'm referring to is the 20-day and 50-day exponential moving average. Very important. The lagging indicator, but the lagging indicator is now caught up as this is completed an A to B equals CD down, says that high-ho silver has lower prices to travel to. Silver now breaking through the swing point from November the 5th out there. That had 62,000 contracts in it. So far today, what silver has done is 37,000 about 37,000 contracts out there. So it's also breaking the swing point. If we take a look at where silver could travel to, well, number one, you don't want to get in front of it and go ahead and get rid of the A to B equals CD pattern out here for the moment, because there is, quite frankly, a larger A to B equals CD out there. Each of you see that on the screen, right? Here's the larger A to B equals CD. This is the one that we really should be paying attention to. This is off of the October 1st high, down to the swing point that's now been taken out this morning, November 5th, and then back up to the November 30th area. So 1-to-1 is 29.64. That's where our 1-to-1 A to B equals CD is. But let's go take a look at retracements off of the lows. The low that we're talking about was the test of the bottom, which was, this was the June 28th low, out at $26.10, all the way back up to the top of the 8-point, which you can see the 1-to-1 is a 0.618 retracement area. Got to wait for some bulls. You can see silver here dipping into oversold territory, which you'd really like to see here. If you wanted to be bullish on metals, you'd like to see one nice big down thrust there to scare the bejesus out of everybody, and then wait for a bullish sign and then step in on a trade out there. But wait for the candle pattern to be able to, show you that the move may be over. But the move is coming here soon, coming to a theater near you. You can see getting into the oversold area each time that silver has done that. It makes a bottom. More significant bottoms, though, are where you really have those nice big down thrusts. Take a look at the lows here back in June. You can see that, silver getting down into that relative strength, the oversold area. Same thing here as you had a nice thrust through that level on May 16th out there. You can see back here, here's the type of down thrust that you'd really love to see. This is the down thrust coming off of the waterfall cascade out there. That's why if you go ahead and use these indicators, you put them up there, you don't have to have fear out there in order to be able to take the trades. You just simply make sure you use the right money management. That is the secret to the game, folks. This is nothing more than running a business. And in this business, your trading capital, when you put your trades up there, that is your spoilage. It's like operating a grocery store or a restaurant. You go ahead and you buy, based on what you believe is going to be the need out there. You buy just enough. Well, when it comes to trading, you risk just enough, and just enough is 1% of your trading capital, period. 1%, no more, sometimes less. There's some rules for that out there. In fact, you can use if you go to the homepage at tfnn.com. In fact, I'll do that here right now and just show you. We'll see if that little Tiger Dollar promotion is still up there. And if it is, you can still take advantage of that. If you go over on the left-hand side of the screen here, you'll see, just click all the way down to the bottom, the power of position sizing. Go check that out. There's a 30-minute video to explain so much for you. As I opened up the show, education is all in front of you. This is a great time of the year. A lot of folks are going to be taking some time off, so this would be a great time of the year. If you want to try to get some education, what you ought to do, this is what I would do if it were me, go sign up for my newsletter. Do you realize that a part of my newsletter service is about 20-plus hours of education in there? Comes with the newsletter service, so no better time than now. All you do is you're putting down a $149 deposit for 30 days, even if you're not going to use the service, and you're going to turn it off in day 29. Where are you going to get that type of education? That's where I compress decades into days, folks. Make sure you take advantage of it, and this would be a great time of the year to do it because you got some extra time off. Not us, of course. Of course, the markets are open for part of the day on Monday. We will not be here because we'll be celebrating the holidays with our families as you will. So I'm sure we'll be replaying some rerun shows. The market's closed on Christmas Day, but we'll be back with you on Wednesday morning out there. Let's take a look at some of these stocks here, popping and dropping. We'll go take a look at Intuitive Surgical. That is having brain salad surgery, most definitely. ISRG is the ticker symbol. When we come back from this break, we'll go take a look at Intuitive Surgical. It is getting crushed out there. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We've got the Dow down 8 points right now. S&P is flat. Composite down 5 points. Small caps off a buck. New York Stock Exchange, though, up 4 points right now. Before we went to break, I mentioned Intuitive Surgical. That is the leader in the clubhouse on the way down here, having another rough morning session here, off $15 and change, 3%. Take a look at the volume coming out of this equity here. Yesterday, down with 2.4 million shares. Look at that volume bar as we bring this back. This equity here is breaking down. It's coming back to its most recent breakout area where there was some decent volume here. There was 1.4 million shares on October the 16th. Had some follow through. 1.6 million shares on the 17th, trading back below that area. Its next stop here really is the swing point range that it's looking at is the October 10th level, 489 or so, but it's really coming back down there with too much heat. Intuitive Surgical wants to come all the way back into the area of July 23rd, 2012, $467. That is where she is headed to. She's at 498 right now. If we go put this on a weekly chart, let's go take a look at the weekly and then the monthly on Intuitive Surgical out here. The weekly chart here, that is a nasty-looking candle out here this week so far. Looks like it's, coming back into that July area, and it's coming in there with volume. So the weekly chart says that, and is it trading inside there? Really close. The high is 501.69. Yeah, it is trading inside the July 27th candle. Let me just refresh my screen, make sure I've got all the accurate volume out here. I don't want to, there you go. So as we take a look at this, you've got the volume on that swing point candle of 2.6 million shares, and it's already got the volume. It's got 3 million shares as it comes in there. Now you did have some volume to the upside, most certainly you did, this breakout area, which was 4.6 million shares on October 19th. So if Intuitive Surgical does not stop at the low of October 12th at 489.04, it will attack the attack the swing point, I should say, of July 27, 2012. Get down to those lows, 467. So I think we've got some double confirmation out there. And if it does not hold there, Intuitive Surgical will make a run for the April 16, 2010 level out at 393 out there. Let's put this on a monthly here, just as long as we're inside this equity. The monthly chart had a bearish candle that presented itself back here in the time frame of May of 2012. However, it somewhat was eaten into, but you got real confirmation there back in July. So that is Intuitive Surgical out here. It's got some high volume lows that haven't been tested on the monthly chart out there, so be careful if you are inside this equity. Mellonix, let's go back and take a look at Mellonix Technologies. MLNX is the ticker symbol. I thought that I had it up here, and I probably do. It's just too hard to find, so we're going to put it back up anyways. MLNX, that too is struggling, I believe, today. It was at least at the open. Yeah, it still is. It's down to $3 and change. So Mellonix, here's a stock that, continues to take on areas where it broke out from, but it's got institutional selling. That's the latest signatures inside this stock. You've got two of those, September 10th, as well as that signature on October 18th out here. It is now coming into an area here where it last broke out. So if it breaks down below $55, it's trading at $60.37 right now. And I don't see any bulls that are stepping in here inside this equity. Let's go ahead and put the RSI on this here real quickly. It is in oversold territory, but you're not even seeing much of a bounce. Even yesterday, that bounce sold off. So Dow is off 22 points. Stay tuned for the Money Master Show, folks. And if you are off to start your day, I want you to have a great day. And I always want you to remember this. And that is this, folks. You have an amazing power within yourself. And that power, it's so strong, it'll create a life of abundance, cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, paint magnificent masterpieces, and best of all, create fantastic, loving families. Thanks so much for being a part of the TFNN family. We love you. Have safe, and if you're traveling, be safe out there. And we'll see you in a few, or see you tomorrow morning. Take care.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.